All right, got a no crank, no start situation here, and there's 1,000 things that this could be, maybe 1,000, but I'm going to show you briefly the one that it seems to be fixing mine. So here's what's going on. Key in, turn, not starting yet. It's going to boot up, and we're going to get a bunch of errors, things not connected and so on, and then I'm going to try to start, and nothing. There's a warning is going to keep coming. So let me show you what is getting my fix done. Okay, for sure, you're going to get some codes thrown up, and this is just from this one relay that's going to be the issue, but it is not activating a lot of other things, causes a lot of system problems. So let me go into the list of these real quick. All right, some of the report, let's see what we got run up. I mean, there's everything from missing communication with a strange control module, run start, HVAC, rear defog relay, blower control, missing communication with trailer brake, communication with ABS, ignition switch circuit low. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And it seems like, oh my gosh, everything is going all to pieces on this thing, but it's really not. So let's move on to what's ahead here for the repair. All right, we'll be looking at the power distribution box, and on the 2016 F250, it is in the left rear of the engine compartment. Some other years it's over on the right side, but this one's straight in here. Let's get in, and we are looking for relay. Oh boy, it's hard to do in there. Get a finger in there too, but you can kind of see the one that's out right here. That is relay number 48. And we'll see if we can zoom down in on it a little bit. Maybe a smidget of corrosion or something there, but let me show you what the real problem found coming out. All right, this is relay number 48 pulled out, and as you can see, there's some corrosion. See the green crusties, and so just a little bit of carbon, maybe not much, but it's a little bit dirty too. You see the shiny part, but I put this thing on the tester, and it tested bad. I mean, you can do the regular testing to go between the leads and see if the power jumps, but I just put it on the tester real quick. It's definitely bad, and it's kind of obvious. All right, so here's my tester. See if I can get this in looking through the camera. I've got it set to 4-pin because this is actually a 4-pin, not a 5. Let's get that in there. Run test. It's bad. That's what it shows, and it'll do the same thing if you just did it with some leads and jump some power through it. All right, so I have some switches that are coming in that'll replace a relay, and you've just got a rocker switch on it. Got a whole big pack of those, just testing things, but that didn't arrive yet, and I just wanted to keep on moving, so I just made this jumper here. All it is doing is trying to emulate or replace these two prongs. The power, constant power supply is from here, and it's going to be switched over to here to engage everything. Now this is the actual activation switch that makes this connect. So what I did is hook this into the female receptacle in the box there, and then this one to there, and then the truck would start. So that tells me something, but the thing is I can't turn it off because it needs the circuit for this to go on and off. So that did tell me I was on the right track towards the relay when I tested that before. This should go through 10 activations. Because the other one showed bad right off the bat, so this should be different. All right, before I put the new relay into position number 48 here in the box, I'm gonna spray a little bit of contact cleaner down in the female part of the receiver here, and put one of my tools down there and just give it a light clean, 1 or 2 little strokes in and out of that, and then we'll put the new one in. Right, so I have cleared the trouble codes, restarted, and now I'm going to go through another smart detection. Actually, even while it's running, I did it off, it's fine. Did it while it's running, it's going. But while the smart detection, which is the more in-depth of these options on this launch tablet, this is a X431, by the way. But as that's running, there were several other possibilities that, thanks to YouTube and other people that have posted up stuff, some with similar circumstances had pointed to a connector down here in the A post beside of the brake, parking brake, that may come loose with parking brake activation. There was some that reported issues over in the engine compartment firewall with the connectors. So I disconnected all those, kind of looked at them real quick. Also looking at grounding issues. If you get your electrical schematics out, buy one online, even the PDF or the books or whatever you want to buy, but get the service manual for the truck. All the wiring diagrams are in there. But when you look at all the grounding points, you could have a bad ground. Also in that power control, the power distribution box there, I've seen some guys that have actually had to, find a bad ground from testing inside the box, and they've had to pull out the wheel, fender liner, pull the box out, and have 1, 3, 4, or 5 bad wires, something chewed on, corrosion, broken, whatever. So there's several different things that could be related to this, but this specifically, with everything that it did, from a weird thing every once in a while with the windshield wiper. When I look at the circuits, it just pointed to that. Could have been other things, but if I were you, I would just test that breaker, or excuse me, not breaker, relay, and see if that could get you going again. I'm obviously going to carry a spare one of those and a few other relays and some stuff like I do fuses and keep in the glove compartment. When I'm out snow plowing, I can't take a chance on a parts store not being open at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to plow or something happens. So anyway, I hope that helps you out. I hope I kept it pretty efficient so you can just get on and get yours fixed. But you all have a blessed day.